Warning, the following video will contain content that is not appropriate for children, or anyone else for that matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
Alright guys, I'm here to talk about something fucking serious here for another one of my rant battles. And, this is seriously fucking serious as fucking hell. So, this is actually a theory that I thought of, pertaining to the universe and all that bullshit. And it actually makes a hell of a lot of sense. Now, what might I be talking about, you ask? Well, I am actually talking about something that I think I am onto here. I discovered that there might actually be a secret society out there that worships the secret invisible skunk. Now hear me out. I'm completely motherfucking serious about this. Back in 1968, the US government was doing experiments on skunks and using like skunk like fucking fluid or whatever the fuck it's called. Basically skunk's liquid shit that comes out of their asshole and smells really bad. They were trying to use that to make like chemical warfare bombs or whatever, right? But what ended up happening is they shipped this one skunk, right? This one skunk, really like big skunk, like king of the pack like type skunk, like the Arceus of skunks, right? They shipped it to Area 51, where it had, well, let's just say some kind of relations with one of the aliens that they have there, right? And this alien happened to be a shapeshifter, right? It could, like, morph into fucking anything. So, yeah, they ended up, well, fucking each other, and their offspring was a squirrel, or not a squirrel, fuck, a skunk with the power of invisibility. Now, they were originally gonna keep it for study, right? But they decided to ship it back to one of the warehouses where they were conducting these experiments into chemical warfare, you know, bombs using skunk shit or whatever the hell comes out of their assholes that smells bad, whatever. Anyway, so what ended up happening is while they were shipping this skunk, the truck that it was in hit a rock, right? And somehow the back of the truck just flew open, flung the skunk with its cage, the invisible skunk with its cage, and it just flew out the fucking thing. And then somehow it ended up finding its way to Wyoming. Now, there's a lot of fucking strange people who live in Wyoming, okay? I've never been there, but take my word for it, there's a lot of fucking strange people who live there. I'm just calling it right now. Anyway, yeah, so it came across this one cult, and they were just forming, right? This newly formed cult, and they were looking for a deity to worship, correct? So they happened across this invisible skunk. So what they did was they took it back to their cult hideout, and they showed it to their leader, who then proclaimed it to be a deity from, like, heaven or hell or whatever the fuck. Actually, they deemed it was from hell, if I remember correctly. Hang on. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, I'm trying to remember this correctly. So what they did was, they worshipped it as a demon from hell with, you know, supernatural powers because it was a fucking invisible skunk, right? So what they ended up doing was worshipping this skunk. But then what they did is they infiltrated several other secret societies, including but not limited to the fucking what are they called? The occult. They worship Cthulhu or whatever the fuck. So they ended up infiltrating that, which that has roots in the US government, because secretly half of everyone in, like, actually half of everyone around the world, as far as world leaders go, not just the US, but everyone, is actually secretly members of the occult. So what ended up happening was the US government tried to track down the invisible skunk, but they were never able to find it. To this day, the invisible skunk is out there. And guess what? To this day, that cult remains in existence. They go by the name of the Cult of the ISIS, otherwise known as the Cult of the Incredibly Stinky Invisible Skunk. Now, I'm not fucking kidding. I'm 100% serious about this. This is totally fucking legit. To this day, its whereabouts remain unknown. Although there have been reports of like several sightings in Canada, but honestly, who fucking lives in Canada anyway? Anyway, yeah. So they think it's in Canada, but no one knows for sure. And when you think about the implications of an invisible skunk, that could spell the entire end of the fucking world. Think about it. It's unknown to this day what gender that skunk is. If that thing's a fucking female skunk, and that thing reproduces multiple generations of, like, invisible skunks, they could easily take over the world. They could be sitting right the fuck next to you and you would never know. So the next time you think something smells bad, or smells like a skunk, but you don't see any skunk, it might be the invisible skunk sitting right next to you and you might not even know it. It could be sitting there waiting to kill you in your sleep and waiting to shit its fluids all over your face. It could be right in front of you and you might not even know it. So if we don't take action and do something about this, we're all screwed. Yep, that's right. So, I'm glad I was able to shed some light on that. So, yeah. Be careful, guys. And I will see you later. Peace out.